Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of The Fish and Blow. Hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. This week we have another awesome week of news that I want to share with you guys. First off, Kung Fu Panda 3 got a trailer and it looks amazing. Like, I love Kung Fu Panda. Like, I love kids movies in general, but Kung Fu Panda just has a warm spot in my heart because it's got everything I love about movies and it is really, really funny to watch. Like, I wish they showed a little bit more of the action, but obviously they're selling the comedy side of it and it is done really, really well. Like, I love the reaction between everybody when Po sees his father, but there's that, it doesn't click. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but be sure to check it out. It looks like it's going to be coming out later next year, so it's going to be a little bit before we get to see them actually in action on the big screen, but I'm really, really looking forward to it, and I feel like they've hit the nail on the head once again, and I'm sure there's some cast members that they haven't announced as well. Okay, next up, we also have some information that Tony Jaa and Jason Statham may be working together. Now, this isn't something that's set in stone, but Jason Statham was doing an interview, I think was with Men's Health magazine, and he was talking about how he wants to work with Tony in like a full-on fight movie where they fight together, not against each other, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a scene or two where they do fight each other. But they're working on the script right now, so I'm guessing Tony and Jason have kind of like come up with an idea that they want to do, which would be absolutely fantastic, and they're going to be working on that in the future. I don't know when this is going to happen. Take it with a grain of salt for now because who knows? Things in the industry always change. You see projects like this end up getting dropped off or they get picked back up like 5 years later. So don't get too excited about this, but the idea of it is really, really promising. And I hope that they do. I really hope that they do make a movie together because it would be absolutely fantastic. Another movie that's going to be absolutely fantastic, though, is Undisputed 4, and production has begun for it. Scott Adkins is more than ready to step back into the shoes of the most complete fighter in the world, Mr. Yuri Boyka. My voice went out, and then I couldn't pronounce words. Anyways, Boyka is back, and I'm really hoping this movie is going to be as good as everybody wants it to be. Tim Mann, it looks like he's going to be handling choreography for it, which is going to be excellent. He did Ninja Shadow of a Tear, which was another amazing Scott Adkins film, so I can only expect great things from this. Now, obviously, they're just starting. I think they're actually going to begin filming on Monday. This coming Monday is the first day of actual filming for the project. I don't know exactly what the story is going to be about. I'm really curious though because like they asked everybody what they wanted from an Undisputed 4 like years ago. They were like, hey, if you have an idea for what the story should be, send it to us and let us know what it is. And I really, really hope that maybe like one of the fans got their story written out because that would be absolutely fantastic. But no matter what it is, I'm sure that Undisputed 4 is going to be rocking some faces off and it's going to be very, very interesting and entertaining. So I will let you guys know as soon as I learn more about that as well. All right, speaking of movies I need to be keeping track of, Ip Man. Yes, Ip Man 3 has another injury for Mr. Donnie Yen, but it's kind of interesting because he got a cut like right above his eye fighting 40 people. What did you expect? I mean, the man is insane. Like, obviously, everybody remembers the 1-on-10 judo match from the first, or it wasn't judo, it was karate. Or yeah, anyways, against the Japanese like soldiers, and it was really, really well done. And obviously, they're trying to crank it up again. Even in Kung Fu Jungle, Donnie did like 1 versus I think it was like 15 or 20 in that prison brawl. So he's always adding more people to it. 40 seems insane. Like I don't even know how you do a fight like that, but I'm sure Donnie's going to be able to pull it off. You've got Yuen Wu Ping working on the choreography. It's going to be pretty interesting. But yes, Donnie Yen got injured on I believe it was Father's Day. Kind of shrugged it off and laughed it off. I mean, it does happen in the industry, but just the fact that there's going to be a 1-on-40 fight, I think is what people are really, really interested and excited about. Okay, and next up, we had a making of video for the Deadly Reclaim. Now, some of you guys may remember I talked about this movie last week, and I actually found a making of video that lets you see kind of what the action is going to be like. It looks really good. Like, I mean, Benny Chan does a really good job with like action films, and you've got Sammo Hung on board. You've got a ton of talented people. It even looks like Wu Jing is going to be throwing his weight around a little bit, which is really, really interesting and promising because I'm really hoping we get to see more of him. You know, he had the leg injury, but he's been kind of walking around and making appearances, and obviously if he's in this film, maybe he can even just do some like upper body type stuff. I'm not sure, but it's going to be very interesting to see. The action looks amazing. Like if you guys want to watch it, it's crazy to see how much wire work goes into a film. Like even like this, when people are jumping through walls and things like that, you see all the wires and, you know, they eliminate all that in post-production. And it's absolutely crazy to me to see how much work goes into something like that. But anyways, I'm getting all rambly. If you guys want to see more about it, be sure to check it out. It looks like a really promising film, and I think it's going to be another hit for Benny Chan. Okay, and lastly, I did a review for Wolf Warriors. Now, obviously, this kind of like was in the back of my mind talking about Wu Jing and things like that, and given the fact that it's his directorial debut, I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. Scott Adkins is in the film as well, so it just seemed like a perfect time to do a review for it. I don't know how I feel about it. Like it's let me just say this because I don't want to say too much about a review without having you guys read it, but if you are expecting a martial arts film, don't expect it from Wolf Warriors. Like there are maybe 3 fights in the entire film, and that's being generous. Like that's including fights that are like maybe a minute or two long. The end fight is the main one. My voice is going out on me for some reason, but yes, the end fight is kind of like the main focus, and after that, it's really a military based film. I don't know if that was Wu Jing's idea, like if he wanted to do something different, or if that was just kind of the script he was given and that's what he went with. I have no idea, but I will say that much about it. If you want to know more about it, please read my review. And let me know what you guys thought about the film as well. I think that's really everything I have. The movies, the winners of the Cross movie, I did mention that if you entered in it, there were only 3 entries, so if you entered in it, you got a copy of it. I'm going to be sending that out probably the beginning of next week. I didn't get a chance to do it before the post offices and stuff closed, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll try to get to it first thing next week so that you guys can get your hands on it. And there are plenty of other movies that are going to be given away, so stay tuned for that. Get excited, and that's really all I have for this week. So it's been a crazy week. My AC is not working right, so if I'm sweating all over the place, I'm sorry. It's just really hot in here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut up and let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is K Miller, and this week has been finished.